Two in-state teams meeting in Mount Pleasant tonight, also celebrating senior night with each other. The Central Michigan Chippewas hosting the Eastern Michigan Eagles for some college gymnastics tonight inside McGurk Arena and here on ESPN. I'm Riley Edwards alongside Alina Markowitz. And Alina, we've had a chance to see the Central Michigan team over the last few weeks, winning by small margins, but still looking for those improvements.
Yeah, they've had a great start to the season. I know that it's not exactly where they want to be right now, but we're looking for the peak.
And on the other side, Eastern Michigan, they've been improving each time out they get to the gym, just not able to get into that win column yet, looking for their first victory tonight.
Yeah, each time they step out on the floor, they're scoring higher, their all-arounds look bigger. You know, this past week getting their highest so far of the year, and we're looking to see a good match today between the two of them. Well,
and between the two of them, there's some great gymnasts, and we got to highlight a couple of them tonight. So first, got to look at Eastern Michigan, and it's Raisa Boris, who has really done a little bit of everything, including putting up those all-around scores you were talking about.
Yeah, last year, Raisa, she had a season in a record high of 39.125 all around, and then this year, she surpassed that already at a 39.275.
And that first score you were talking about was at the MAC Championships last season.
Yes.
Able to already outdo that this year, so seeing the improvements. And for Central Michigan, there's improvements with people who've been in the program for a while, and that's Adriana Bustello, who's the junior and has really been doing great things on the bars and the beam.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago here, they had a home meet against NIU, and she posted a 9.925, which is a record high for her career on bars. Looking really, really great.
Yeah, and just continuing to improve. Good to see a good one between these two teams, and it's a 33rd meeting all time. It's been an interesting series. Central Michigan leads 25-7, but recently it's got a bit of back and forth. And when you look at these two teams, CMU won 4 straight before Eastern was able to win last year, and before that, from 2015 to 2017, Eastern Michigan won 4 straight, but it was a very slight edge for Eastern Michigan last season. As we're almost ready to get going here, Central Michigan will start on the vaults, Eastern Michigan on the bars, and Quinn Skrupa is due up first on the vault for the Chippewas.
Beautiful Yurchenko full. Great start for the Chippewas.
Skrupa, a sophomore out of Manitoba, Canada, as you get a second look.
Watch as she comes up onto the table. Really nice hand placement, able to get a nice block and explosion and get that nice full around.
Put up her best score on the vaults just last weekend against Bowling Green. It was a 9.8 that she scored on the vaults in that meet, where Central Michigan was able to take down the Falcons of Bowling Green. It came right down to that final rotation. It was a close one. Now switching over to the bars. For the Eagles, it's Molly Parrish to get things started.
Getting ready and set over here.
Senior out of Hudson, Ohio.
Big mount up. Toe shoot. All the way to a ginger. Nice be able to handstand. Back up to the high bar. Big double. Almost a stick there. Call that a college stick. Watch this double again. Double layout. Really fights for her feet to stick on the ground there, but didn't quite.
Well, and here's Luciana Alvarado-Reed for Central Michigan.
Beautiful Yurchenko full from Luciana. Lots of excitement from her team. We're going to watch it one more time. Watch how much power she gets. Beautiful form in the air. Opens up really, really nicely. Presses for that landing. Nice vault from Luciana.
Alvarado-Reed also one of the ones that set their season high in the vault last time against Bowling Green. So it was Quinn Skrupa got things started with a 9.7 for CMU on the vaults. Still waiting that score as it actually just popped up a 9.725 for Paris. The first one that was up on the bars for the Eagles. Now it's Ella Shamati.
Ella mounts right up to the high bar. Big Tkachev. Transitioning up for that second half. Looking for these hit handstands. Big, giant double leg. Beautiful stuck landing. That was a really nice bar set. Looking again at that double. Caesar landing. She nailed it.
Yeah, Ella Shamati, your 2022 MAC Freshman of the Year, was also first team All-MAC last season as a sophomore. Great performance there on the bars as we move back to the vaults for Elizabeth Cesarone.
Beautiful control off the table from Elizabeth. Beautiful big Yurchenko full. Lots of height off the table. Watch this entry right here. Beautiful foot placement on that springboard. Little tiny step back, but that's no big deal.
Well, trying to follow up a 9.725 for Luciana Alvarado-Reed, who was up just before her on the vaults. Eastern Michigan awaiting that score from Ella Shamati. And due up next for them is Kyrie Lowe.
Next up from the Eagles are adding in bars, Kyrie Lowe.
Yeah, EMU a couple of weeks ago scored a 49.175 total on bars, which was a season high for them. Here she goes. Big handstand to start. Beautiful pike Jaeger. Oh, saves that handstand there. Nice save. Nice hit handstand on the high bar. Ooh. Love that height on that dismount. A little bit of a hop at the end there. Back to that pike Jaeger one more time.
Well, the first two
Great
scores
routine
on the bars for the Eagles, 9.725 and a 9.6. Now you're looking at Ava Boots, who's getting ready to go on the vaults.
Big hand front with a half twist. She gets so much height off of that table. Just explodes. Watch this. Big run. Arm circle up. Look at that height. A little bit of hop on the landing. But still, it's such a big vault. Such a big vault with lots of height.
Well, Boots, a sophomore out of Ludington that competed in all 11 meets as a freshman for Central Michigan last year. That was mostly on vault and floor this year. Really only seen her on the vault for this Chippewas lineup so far, as you can see the Eastern Michigan side getting ready for their next up on the bars, which is Anna Grace McCullough.
Next up for the Eagles on the leading bars, Anna Grace McCullough.
For Central Michigan, Elizabeth Cesarone a 9.725 and a 9.775 there for Boots on that routine you just saw on the vaults.
She sets up to mount. Big running start up to the high bar. Beautiful handstand to start. Oh. Couldn't quite catch that. Hand slipped a little bit at the end, and that happens quite a bit. We call that peeling in gymnastics. Right over to an immediate shoot over. Oh. Tried to finish off with that dismount and just couldn't quite get to her feet there. Not enough height to get her feet underneath of her, but.
Now, Eagles were off to a good start on the bars there before a bit of a slip up, but now back to the vault. It's Leah Kamichik for the Chippewas.
Big Yurchenko full. She makes vault look so easy. Watch this again. Such explosion off of that springboard. Lots of height off the table. Beautiful landing. Feet together. Gorgeous vault.
Well, you could hear it. Teammates also mentioned at senior night tonight. A lot of people inside McGurk Arena adding to that energy of that Central Michigan team.
Yeah, lots of energy in McGurk tonight.
And here's the gymnast that we highlighted coming into tonight's broadcast, Raisa Boris. One of the most important pieces on this Eastern Michigan team, has really been leading them, especially in the all-around this season. Put up a score as high as 9.875 this season on the bars. As there's waiting for the score for McCullough to come through, and it does, an 8.125.
Patiently waiting on these judges again. That wait time is brutal sometimes. Yep, here she goes. Popping right back up to that high bar to get her team started here. Very nice release. Right back down to a shoot over. Another Pike Jaeger out of the Eastern team. Big dismount, a little bit of a hop back there. Couldn't quite get the stick, but nice solid routine.
Very experienced on the bars for Raisa Boris. When she was in high school, won the Minnesota Bars Championship in 2018, was a two-time Junior Olympic National Qualifiers. Taking a look at the vaults.
Beautiful vault for Hannah. That's what we love to see from her. Big Yurchenko full. Her body positioning is almost perfect right here. She opens up to land. Little tiny bit of a hop back, but I think she'll take that one.
Absolutely.
Very exciting.
The senior out of Canton, Michigan, awaiting her score on the vaults. Still waiting for that score for Raisa Boris, coming in on the bars for Eastern. Leah Kamichik, who went just before Demers on the vaults, came through with a 9.825. Central Michigan looking pretty solid through their first rotation here on the vaults. 9.85 for Boris. Good performance there. Now Eastern trying to close it out on the bars with Hayden Crossan.
Toe shoot to start. Back down to a bail to handstand. Looks like she's gonna do a Tkachev in between the bars, which is extremely hard to do. She's a little close to that bar. That's why she had slipped, peeled off a little bit. Couldn't quite get that grip to hang on there. Coach Minnesota over there giving her some encouragement. She's got 45 seconds to hop back up on that bar.
And, you know, those conversations, bit of a slip up, have a chat with your coach. What are those conversations like before you get back up there?
Basically, at that point, you know, it's something they've been doing their whole lives. Of course, they've dealt with falls before. I think coaches just basically tell them to take a deep breath, get back up there, and finish strong.
And that she did right there.
She did. That was a beautiful dismount.
So that the final score coming up on the bars for Eastern as we take a look at some of the exhibitions here in this first rotation. Final score for Hannah Demers on the vaults, 9.825 as you're taking a look at Hallie Hornbacher.
Hallie's gonna do a Yurchenko full. Nice stick. Missed her footing a little bit there on that springboard, which led up to the table just a little. Still a great vault to exhibition. You see that foot. Those feet kind of hit the corner of the springboard there. That's not where she wants them. She wants them right in the center and a little bit forward, but
so a couple of exhibitions here on both sides in this first rotation. Central Michigan has one more after this, but this Trinity Macy getting ready to go on the bars for the Eagles. Hannah Hartung will be the second exhibition on the bars for Eastern. 9-1 the final score for Hayden Crossan in that final spot for Eastern.
Some really big mounts coming from the Eagles today. And some really nice release moves. Loving all these Pike Jaegers. Nice hit handstand. Big, giant double lay dismount. Oh, really fought for that second layout there, but she made it around. I always talk about how important exhibitionists are.
And you can see her team showing her importance right there. The junior out of Rowlett, Texas. And now we move over to the vault. It's Amber Mueller for the Chippewas.
Started off real smooth, but maybe a little too slow, but she got it around. Still created that height that she needed to get to her feet. Like I was saying on that last vault, hit maybe a little bit too far behind on that board, but she got up on that table and finished strong anyway.
At the final exhibition for Central Michigan on the vault. Now just one more for Eastern Michigan. Hannah Hartung. Final one to go for the Eagles on the bar.
Starts right off with the big release move, back down to the bar, bailed a handstand, hopping up for that second half. Nice tight legs. Nice pushing through her shoulders, getting nice and tall on top of the bar. Nice double layout to finish. Couple great routines there from Eastern's exhibition squad, I'd say.
A couple of good finishes, and Central Michigan will be taking this lead into the second rotation, 48-875 to 48-050 right here on ESPN. Central Michigan really took the lead in that first rotation on the vaults, and here's Ava Boots, who had a good performance and a really string of good performances there for the Chippewas.
Definitely. Definitely a really, really good start for Central. Couple bobbles there on bars, couple falls on bars, rather, for Eastern, but they're looking to pick up on vault here.
And here are your scores on the vault for Central Michigan, as Alita was telling you, switching here for the second rotation, but low score for Central Michigan in that first rotation, the 9-7 from Quince Grupo, a very clean rotation there for the Chippewas.
Yeah, very solid vaults coming from Central Michigan today.
And here are the results for the Eagles on the bars. You mentioned a few slip-ups, but still some very solid performances in there, including Kyrie Lowe, who came through with a 9-8, and also the one we highlighted coming into tonight, Raisa Boris, with a 9-8-5.
Yeah, lots of big releases coming from Eastern. Lots of new difficulty I could tell that they're starting to really work with, and this is what, you know, season meets are for, is for this big stage practice. And I can really see them pick it up and using that, you know, to their advantage.
And with Central Michigan moving over to the bars, here's their lineup for this second rotation. And a few names you saw in there on vault, but still some very powerful performances coming up, where we've seen Central Michigan between the bars and the beams the last couple of weeks, kind of a little up and down, but looking to continue a strong start from the vaults here on the bars.
Yeah, lots of big bar routines to look out for from Central Michigan. It's been very exciting watching all these MAC teams, but I've really enjoyed watching Central on bars.
Yeah, and that includes Adriana Bustello, who put up a 9.925 against Northern Illinois this season on the bars. Here's a look at the Eastern Michigan lineup on the vault, switching sides with Central Michigan. And really, you can point out Raisa Boris again, who's been doing a lot all around, but Molly Parrish, another big name in this Eastern Michigan lineup.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Katie Minnesola before the competition today during warm-ups, and she was talking about their theme this year is together. She said they had a great week at practice. They're getting really gritty and really just starting to, you know, form this theme, this togetherness. So they're ready to peak.
Yeah, and after a small deficit in the first rotation, going to need some of that grittiness here to try to make your way back. So Eastern Michigan on the vault, Central Michigan on the bars. As you can see, warming up right there. Just a few seconds away from trying to get started here in McGurk.
Yeah, that's a huge concept in gymnastics. I mean, there are going to be falls. So picking back up and remembering there's, 4 events.
Now you're taking a look at Christine McDonald, the coach for Central Michigan. Been in this program for so long and has helped so many gymnasts here in Mount Pleasant, but 4th season as a Chippewas head coach.
Yeah.
So Eastern Michigan nearly ready on the vault as you're looking at Molly Paris here.
Eastern season record on vault is a 48.3. That happened at the second meet of the season. Sounds like we're getting started over here. Big run, big Yurchenko full.
That was Ella Shamati, the sophomore out of Canton, Michigan.
Creating a lot of power up to that table. Little bit bendy on the top of the table there. But she fought for that full and got to her feet.
See how excited
landing.
Her teammates were behind her in that replay as well. As taking a look at Annie Hammond getting started on the bars.
Absolutely. Big blind change full. So really nice Takachev. Finishing up with the second half of the routine. Annie posted a really nice 9.875 last week. Nice high dismount from Annie.
Hammond, one of the Chippewa seniors in here on senior night tonight.
Yeah, look at that height in that Takachev. She gets right up and over the bar. Looking at that dismount. Another really high skill there.
Now turning our attention back to the vault for the Eagles, Sofia Rios.
Yurchenko tuck full.
Rios, a junior out of DeWitt, Michigan. Didn't appear in her first 2 seasons in the program, but competing a lot this season for Eastern Michigan, mainly on the vaults. Put up a score as high as 9.625 so far this year for Eastern.
Yeah, big hop on that landing there, but got the vault around.
Well, the first 2 we saw, Annie Hammond on the bars for Central Michigan, a 9.825. Rosella Shamati on the vault for Eastern, who put up a 9.6. And now you're taking a look at Leah Kamicek, who's getting ready to go. Sophomore that's started off very well this season for Central Michigan.
Starting her routine with the Maloney up to the high bar. Very difficult release combo right there. She's going to end this routine with a nice double lay. Very nice.
Can
Very
hear the
clean
noise.
Routine, yes.
Can hear the noise inside McGurk Arena. Kamicek, a sophomore, competed in just 6 meets last season for the Chippewas, but in this lineup consistently now in the vault and bars for Christine McDonald and her squad. It's Emma Lewis getting ready to go.
Lots of power. I know we tend to always look for landings on vault, but it's so hard because looking at it from my eye, I'm always looking at the amplitude, the energy off the table, the explosion, the big run beforehand, all the components going into what makes the vault so big and beautiful. Great vault.
Yeah, Lewis, a sophomore out of Grand Rapids. Senior score as high as 9.575 this season on the vault. Is we're back over to the bars with the Chippewas. Ashley Veglucci, another one of the seniors in the arena tonight.
Lots of energy for our seniors tonight, or the seniors rather, here at Central Michigan. Nice handstand to start the routine out. Nice Ginger release there. Very nice. Nice clean lines. Nice dismount. Got a little bit of a jump there on the landing, but that routine was a beautiful routine.
Well, Veglucci, one of the seniors and mainstays in these lineups. Bars, beam, and floor have been her specialty with Central Michigan since joining.
Yes. Beautiful bar step.
Now Molly Parrish for Eastern.
Really nice Yurchenko full. Landed a little bit with her chest down, but beautiful, beautiful vault. She has a big run, lots of power, and lots of pull in that twist, and that full twist at the end there. Really fought for that landing.
Well, and Parrish tied for first on vault at the 2021 MAC Championships, and big deal for Eastern Michigan. She was their first vault champion since 1988, and you can see how much she means as a senior in this program to this Eagles squad.
Yeah, she's a really fun gymnast to watch.
Also last season, it was her first time competing in the all-arounds in her career. Posted a career high 39.125 over the 5 meets. She competed in the all-arounds. As it's Adriana Bustello getting ready on the bars.
Adriana posted a 9.925 against NIU here a couple of weeks ago. Beautiful Tkachev. A little bit of a pause in that connection there, but she's going to pick right back up. Coach Lexi Funk down there. Former Michigan gymnast at the University of Michigan. She's done a wonderful job with these girls on bars at Central. Way to pick back up and finish strong. Maybe got a little too much height there on that release, and sometimes we didn't just get that momentum to pick back up and finish and connect the routine.
9.725 on the vault for Parrish, and now here's Fisher.
Big Yurchenko full. Oh. Landed short there. Almost hit her knees. I don't know, from my angle, it kind of looked like her knees popped up and hit the mat, but I can't be 100%.
Again, Alana Fisher, you just saw on the vault for Eastern Michigan. Raisa Boris coming up next for the Eagles, but now it's Luciana Alvarado-Reed.
Luciana is out of Costa Rica.
A lot of talk about seniors tonight too, but Alvarado-Reed, you mentioned out of Costa Rica, a freshman who has quite the resume already coming here to Mount Pleasant.
Absolutely.
She's posted a 9.85 on bars 2 times this season. That's her season high.
Yeah, she's very consistent in the 9.8 range. She's got a lot to show as a freshman, making her debut this year. Lots of big gymnastics coming from her.
Just waiting on that score for Adriana Bustello to come through. You can see it does, 9.175, and Alvarado-Reed.
She does a handstand to a Maloney to an immediate pike salto. I love that release combo. I kind of got lost there watching it. It was so beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous routine from Luciana Alvarado-Reed. Beautiful stick there in that dismount. Back to that beautiful combination I was talking about.
As they're getting ready, that final score for Alvarado-Reed. Raisa Boris now on the vaults.
Oh. Couldn't quite get the angle and the spacing on the table there. Hands were really, really close to the edge on that table, and then she just, the trajectory was just right off the mat there. See how she twists on the table, twisting Yurchenko up to the table and off. Very, very difficult.
Seen just some footing issues on those landings for Eastern Michigan on the vault, but now for Central Michigan, it's Hannah Demers, and it's the score going up for Luciana Alvarado-Reed at 9-9. So that's a new season and career high for Alvarado-Reed on the bars.
Great score to post up.
Well, just getting past that 9.85 mark in which she scored twice this season, and now it's up to Hannah Demers to try to stick with that score.
Another senior. I love that Tkachev, so high. She gets right above the bar, right on top of the bar. It's almost just perfect spacing. Beautiful lines, super dynamic bar worker. Wow, beautiful stick. Oh my goodness, that was a beautiful routine.
Very confident performance there for Demers.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Tkachev there. That is the routine that Hannah Demers is capable of.
That Central Michigan coaching staff and most of the fans in the arena here know it. Didn't see it the last couple of times out here at home, but you could tell confidence, determination there in that performance from Hannah Demers.
Yes, that is the Hannah Demers that Central Michigan knows.
So waiting that final score for Hannah Demers is there's a couple of exhibitions on the bars for Central Michigan. Brenna Hauser will be verse, and Savannah Kotis the second. Garcia Boris at 9.350, the final score on the vaults.
Looking really excited about that score, but we can't see it yet, can we, Riley?
No, not yet.
Oh.
And it looks like it's starting with a 9-9.
Wow, 9.95 for Hannah Demers.
So Hannah Demers mentioned that she followed up Luciana Alvarado-Reed, who put up a 9-9, and she certainly did clear that score and put up a 9.95. Can see it on the video board inside McGurk Arena.
Great bar rotation there for Central Michigan.
And here's Brenna Hauser running an exhibition on the bars.
Beautiful.
As the score sits right now for this rotation of 49-125 for Central Michigan on the bars.
Straddle Jaeger was beautifully caught by Brenna. Nice double layout. Very exciting. This is just so much fun to watch college gymnastics.
So again, Brenna Hauser.
Beautiful release there. Beautiful straddle Jaeger. Beautiful dismount. So excited about that landing. I would be too. Gorgeous routine.
One more exhibition coming up on the bars for Central Michigan. Savannah Kotis coming up for the Chippewas. So two scores of 9-9 or higher on the bars in this rotation for Central Michigan. Had a high score of a 9.725 in the vault for Eastern Michigan. Again, Molly Parrish. Talked about her quite a bit so far tonight. So you can see all the fans inside McGurk Arena having some fun.
Look at that flame.
That's a whole suit made out of
It sure
flames.
is. I'm loving it. This is the kind of energy.
Mentioned that you and I have been in here the last couple of weekends. We've seen the overalls and the wigs that look like fire up there, but the suits.
The suit is really, it's amazing. It looks, I don't know if that's homemade. I don't know, but it's beautiful. Oh.
So Savannah Kotis now on the bars, having to take a deep breath here and get back up there.
She's exhibitioning tonight. Didn't quite get on top of the bar and give herself enough time to catch. That happens a lot of the time when we see a fall on a release move, is we're just not getting on top of the bar. It's, you know, it just takes a little hiccup to really mess up our timing and miss the catch. Remember, we're catching ourselves, our whole body. So
yeah,
it's quite difficult. It's not an easy task.
Thing to do.
No.
Kotis, one of the seniors on this Chippewas team.
She went up there and tried it again. With a catch that time. Beautiful handstand lines. Nice tight legs, pressing through her shoulders. Really nice dismount. Super difficult. Wow, when that routine is put together, it's going to be definitely one for the books.
And that's the final exhibition here in this second rotation. Central Michigan really having another solid rotation on the bars. This time they put up a 49-125. And we're moving on to the third rotation inside McGurk Arena tonight. Come back for more right here on ESPN. Back here inside McGurk Arena and getting ready for this third rotation between the Chippewas and the Eagles. But first, we got to take a look at the results of that second rotation. Had Central Michigan on the bars, and well, you had 4 9/8s or higher here for Central Michigan, including it all being capped off by a 9.95 by Hannah Demers.
Yeah, you've got your 9.9 coming in from Luciana Alvarado Reed, and then you had Hannah Demers follow with a 9.95. Very exciting rotation. Lots of big vaults coming from Eastern too. Just couldn't quite get their footing a little bit. I mean, you know, it happens, but big vaults, lots of big bar routines.
Yeah, and obviously started with a couple of 9.8s, ended with a couple of 9.9s or higher there for Central Michigan. But here are those vault scores that you're talking about. Had some issues with some of the landings there, but Molly Paris really the one that stuck out for Eastern Michigan. Another good performance from her.
Yeah, Molly's a standout gymnast. She's one of those kids that, you know, always is an eye catcher, always one to, you know, be one of those consistent girls that, you know, you can count on.
Yeah, and 9.725 actually ties her season high for vault this season. As now we shift our attention towards this third rotation. Has Central Michigan on the balance beam. And first, here's their rotation. Maybe some different names going in and out of there, as you see in that second spot. But a lot of familiar names in there, as well as Adriana Bustelo, someone we highlighted, along with Taylor Pitchell, Hannah Demers, and really a familiar lineup for the Central Michigan team.
Yeah, if Hallie Hohenbacher pops in this lineup, this will be her beam debut. Looks like we'll see.
We'll see once we move
According
closer.
to what we just saw.
And here's the floor lineup for Eastern Michigan, too. And again, Raisa Boris, an easy one to talk about, as she's the anchor in this rotation right here for Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, like we said, that all-around athlete, that, you know, that experienced teammate that they can count on.
Yeah, so Central Michigan right now ahead 98-95-75, as they're really trying to take it home. And last time we saw Central Michigan getting kind of close range at the end, they really had to do their work on the floor to get them out of here. But that was mostly because, you know, there was a few slip-ups last time out on the beam, something that they're really relying on, but also still trying to improve.
Yeah, I was talking to Coach Christine out of Central during warm-ups, like I was talking to Coach Katie, and I was talking about their theme is together, and Coach Christine really wanted to focus on how amazing this group of student athletes is. They're wonderful students, wonderful athletes, both of them. They're really just amplify what it means to be a student athlete. Another great week at practice here in Mount Pleasant, making some really good changes, and everything she said is just starting to click for them. Perfect timing in the season.
Yeah, coming back and getting a few meets at home will certainly help you out, as they were on the road for quite a long time to start the season. You mentioned student athletes, put an emphasis on that student part of it. That's what Coach Christine McDonald said for Central Michigan coming in here tonight. And, you know, starting this new semester, getting into that kind of gritty part of the semester as a student, while also schedule picking up in your gymnastics season.
Yeah, I've said it before, but Coach Christine does a great job of getting to know her athletes, getting to know her gymnasts, from top to bottom, who they are as a person, and she understands that, after this, they're on their own, they're going into their adult life, so she takes that personally.
You can see Christine McDonald on your screen now, but quickly over to Quinn Skrupa, who's out there to get the Chippewa started on the beam.
Nice mount from Quinn. Beautiful lines. Nice squeezed knees in that leap series. Nice fight on that flight. Handspring layout step out. Little fire up dance move right there. Headed into the rest of her routine. Beautiful double turn. That is extremely hard to do, and she just nailed it. Some people you'll see do a full turn from a stand, and she was down there. She does a squat double turn. Beautiful. Quinn's looking great tonight on beam. Loving the confidence. Beautiful, little hop there, maybe two on that dismount. Still, she's on the beam. She stayed on, and some really nice skills in between.
I'll get in a second look at it here, but an electrifying first performance on the beam here from Quinn Skrupa.
Little wobble there on that flight series, but still she held on. Like I said, saw the end of that little double turn there. I shouldn't say little, that's a big double turn. And then the end of this dismount. Back handspring step out to a full and a half in a tucked position. Like I said, a little hop, which she'll get the deduction for, but still a really big routine.
Well, here's Ella Shimani. You can see averaging nearly a 9.6 on the floor this season for Eastern Michigan. Sophomore out of Kent, Michigan. Already mentioned in this broadcast, 2022 MAC Freshman of the Year. She's also a member of that first team All-MAC last season as well.
Double pike to start. You can tell she's having fun. Again, why I love the college gymnastics stage. This is where the girls really get to shine, have fun. They've worked on this their whole lives. We start very young in gymnastics. None of what these girls are doing is new to them. Big leap series. Lots of elements in there. Teammates really enjoying this routine on the sidelines. Setting up for the next pass. Round off full and a half, punch front layout. Looking confident with what she just did there, which she should. That was a nice way to end that routine. Lots of height in that tumbling. I think we're watching here that double pike again. Looks like Hallie Hornbacher is gonna hop up on beam for the first time here in her career, her collegiate career rather.
And we mentioned you saw that kind of and/or in that lineup before we started this rotation, and it will be Hallie Hornbacher, like you
Beautiful
said.
handspring layout from Hallie. Beautiful squeeze knees. Saved that leap series there. She's so smooth on beam. I love watching her. We've been kind of seeing her hop up on beam a little bit the past few weeks. I'm really glad to see her competing. Nicely done. Little bobble there. Flutter with a split 3/4. Setting up to dismount. Really nice gainer full to a stick. Teammates super excited. It's very exciting to see this Central team keep their feet on beam and just show off these really nice routines that they have in store.
Oh, you mentioned it, Hornbacher, new name in the lineup. Trying to follow up a 9.675 that got them started on the beam by Quinn Skrupa as we await her score. It was a 9.675 as well for Shamati over on the floor to get Eastern Michigan started.
Hey, I've said it before. I think Central's a beam team.
And Eastern Michigan trying to make up some ground here on the floor. Trinity Macy about to start.
Talking about those little weights there on the judges and just getting refocused and stepping out, getting ready to go. Dynamic dancing. Nice first pass. May have lost her footing, but guess what? She held on. 4.5 punch pike. Some fun dance. I'm really liking the choreography coming out of this Eastern team. Pretty. Great landing on that. And a big pass to end with. Great job. Nice solid routine. Going right back over here to that first pass, ending in a layout step out, and a punch layout step out. There's that front pike.
Now you're looking
nice
at
routine.
Ashley Veglucci, who's about to get going on the beam.
She has a career high of a 9.85. Starts right off with her series. That handspring layout step out. Little wobble there, no big deal. She's gonna carry on anyway. Switch side leap. Right to the judges. Has time to make some eye contact and let them know that she knows they're watching and she's gonna perform. Nice side summy there. Side summies. Gonna admit they're not my favorite skill in this sport, but you know what? When people can do them, I'm just so impressed. That's such a hard landing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dismount. Gorgeous. She's such a pretty twister. Really got her feet underneath her and stuck it. Was able to really press through her feet and nail that landing. There's that side summy again. Little bit of a bobble, but she saved it by some dance. Look at that gorgeous dismount. Nice and pressed. Beautiful stick.
Well, the scoring for Hornbacher on the beam, 9.625 as they get Ashley Vedglucci scores going. 9.675 for Trinity Macy on the floor. And now it will be Michaela Stuckey going for the Eagles.
Michaela Stuckey is also one of those athletes that I love to watch. She's strong, she's powerful. She brings a lot of personality to this sport, as you can see right there. Loving these finishes. Confidence. Another judge moment over on floor. Round off full and a half, right into a punch front layout. Such height. Love that personality in her floor routine that she added there. Double pike to end the routine. That is very hard to do, but she did it. Little foot out in the, I can't really see from my angle, but it looks like she may have stepped out of bounds there, which will be a small deduction. But big routine coming from Michaela Stuckey.
It did look like there was a bit of conversation going on in that far corner from us over here about if it ended up out of bounds or not.
So we just confirmed that she did go out of bounds here. And we can see this replay again. Well, you know what? I don't know. She kept that toe pointed.
That's tough. You know much better than I do.
I didn't see a flag go up. Usually you do see that. But I guess we'll head on over to beam here.
Hannah Demers now on the beam for Central Michigan.
Saw that landing in that flight series. Her eyes were locked exactly where they needed to be, and she nailed that. Back handspring layout, step out. Beautiful. Now this is the Hannah Demers that Central Michigan's used to seeing. There's that full turn. Again, all these elements matter. I know it's so exciting at home to maybe watch and see these big elements, but the small ones matter just as much as the big ones. Going for that dismount. Handspring full and a half. A little bit of a hop. But you know what? That was a beautiful routine. Look how excited her team is.
That was after a 9.775 from Ashley Vedglucci on the beam. Now getting ready for that score from this performance right here.
There's that beautiful flight series again. She absolutely nailed it. Going back to her dismount. Didn't quite see the landing, so she took a teeny little step there, a little hop, but beautiful beam routine. Back to the floor.
And now you're looking at Anna Grace McCullough going for Eastern.
Oh, I think she saved that right there. Started right off with the front pass. Couldn't quite see her landing. That was a blind landing. Anytime we land in gymnastics with a half of something, it's a blind landing. So it's all feel, a little bit of luck. But you know what? Her lines are gorgeous. I love how straight her legs get. So strong. In gymnastics, we call that nice lines. Taking a deep breath, reassuring with her teammates. Setting up for this next pass. Very, very nice second pass there. She definitely made up for that. That first one where she didn't quite get her footing, but wow, what a routine. Beautiful tumbling, big height, very squeezed. Staying tight is most of the battle there. Beautifully done.
Now it's Taylor Pitchell on the beam for Central Michigan. A 9.8 for Hannah Demers just before her. And Grace McCullough, her score coming up on the floor. It was a 9.525 for Stuckey for Eastern Michigan.
Quite a wobble, but she stayed on. Cat leap, switch side. Lost her footing, just the teens there. Still performing with such artistry, which again is another element that goes into their score on beam and floor. Standing punch front, right to a flutter jump. Nice skill series. Very difficult. Big dismount, big stick. Again, staying on the beam tonight, looking great. We love to see it.
Well, talking to Coach Christine McDonald, Pitchell, one of those pieces that's just trying to get more experience on the beam, and she's certainly done that this season. Some good performances.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching her on beam. Beautiful beam worker. Really caught that landing there in that dismount that we just saw. Back to the floor.
And it was Anna Grace McCullough who just went before Hayden Crossan, who you see on your screen. 9.725 for McCullough. Highest score on the floor so far for the Eagles.
Watch how powerful she is when she tumbles. Beautiful power. Nice height. That skill that she just did there is called a Popanova. So fun. Super cool to watch. Big double landing a little bit short. Didn't quite get the height that I know that she really wanted. It's always difficult putting those doubles as a second or a last pass, rather. But she stayed on her feet and takes nothing away from the fact that this is a strong, big tumbler.
Yeah, Crossan, a senior out of Carmel, Indiana.
Wow, look at that pass. Beautiful height there.
Now back to the
Very
beam.
well done.
Adriana Bustello. Talked about her a lot tonight, her work on the bars and the beam for the Central Michigan team.
Yeah, really watch how she performs on beam. It's very exciting. The flow of her routine, super fun to watch. Gorgeous. Sets up for her flight series here. Handspring layout. Nailed that. Saved herself from a little bit of a bobble, but beautiful flight series. Switch leap to a split jump 3/4 for her leap series. Nailed that as well. Little fire up right before she sets up to dismount. Gorgeous routine. That was exactly what Coach Christine was expecting from her. All the coaches high-fiving. girls super excited. What a comeback from this team. Beautifully done.
Yeah, saw Bustelo put up as high as a 9.875 this season. Didn't reach that mark against Bowling Green last week, and a good performance there. For the junior, as we take a look back at the floor, it's Raisa Boris.
Raisa starting off with a double pike. Landed that nicely. Looks like she's going right in for her next pass. Beautifully done. Like I said, one of those teammates that you can really count on. A 4-for-4 gymnast is what we call it. Looking for 180 degrees on these split jumps and leaps, meaning both legs are level and totally split at a 180-degree angle. Ending with a double tuck. Made it look totally effortless. Wow, she's one to watch for sure. Great floor routine. Nice double pike to start off that routine. Watch that again. Full and a half, right to a punch front layout. Very nicely done. Very big tumbler. So fun to watch. Her nail that routine, yes.
A lot of confidence and personality there for Boris, as we made it through the main rotation now. A couple of exhibitions on both sides. Got 2 for Central Michigan, 1 for Eastern. First one up here, Amber Mueller. Final score for Bustelo, who ended that rotation on the beam for Central Michigan, a 9.875.
Good save over here on beam. Good. Getting that practice. Nice leap series. Like I said, though, that 180-degree angle in the legs is what they're looking for, what the judges are looking for. She hit that both times there. Front aerial with a little bit of a wobble, but no big deal. Trying out the floor, seeing what it's like to perform in front of a big crowd, especially here at home, and so much excitement. It's a perfect time to practice. Beautiful dismount. Oh my goodness. Can't wait to see that someday in the lineup.
Again, Amber Mueller is on the beam for the first exhibition for Central Michigan. It'll be Kyrie Lowe, the exhibition on the floor for Eastern.
I know I sound like a broken record when I say it, but these exhibitionists are just so important. These routines, even though they don't go towards the score today, they someday might, and someday soon. Big double pike. This is a classic piece of music in the gymnastics world, and I always love to hear it. Brings back memories. that was so high that she may have felt like she lost control a little bit, but she got it right back. Beautiful high tumbling. Beautiful leap series like I was talking about. One and a half punch front layout. Beautiful routine. That was really fun to watch. Big tumbler, lots of height. Watching this next pass here with that full and a half to that punch front layout there.
Now back to the beam for Central Michigan. Alicia Kolivanova now on the beam. Again, one of the seniors tonight for Central Michigan.
Very beautiful. Wow. Looks like Central has a couple really strong beam workers in their pocket. It's always a good thing. Looks like she wasn't really happy with where her footing was, and sometimes when we feel it and we know that it's going to be a fight, we kind of jump off and restart. Still beautiful lines. Really, really nice dismount, little tiny hop. Great routine overall.
That'll be the last exhibition there for Central Michigan on the beam, but another good rotation for the Chippewas overall, putting up a 48.875 on the beam. Had a high score of a 9.875 for Adriana Bustelo, who closed out the rotation. For Eastern Michigan on the floor, a 48.575 on that floor exercise. Got a high score of 9.85 from Raisa Boris, also a 9.725 from Anna Grace McCullough. And that'll about do it for this third rotation. We'll take a break from McGurk Arena here in Mount Pleasant. Got that fourth and final rotation coming up on the other side right here on ESPN. Good rotation for both teams in that third rotation, and it was really Raisa Boris who put up a 9.85 on the floor for Eastern Michigan. Good performance there for the Eagles. As we look at the beam results first for Central Michigan, and a couple of good performances around there, but all capped off with a 9.875 by Adriana Bustelo.
Yeah, a couple really great routines coming out of Eastern, and then Central on beam. I think that's exactly what Coach Christine was talking about. They worked hard for that. They looked great.
Yeah, good solid performance for them on the beam, and also good performance for Eastern on the floor. Again, that 9.85 for Boris, but also 9.725, and a good performance for Anna Grace McCullough. Saw a lot of personality and a lot of confidence over there on the floor for the Eagles.
Yeah, that was a really fun floor rotation to watch. The girls from Central had a great time on beam. It was fun to watch them get excited for their teammates. It was fun to watch the coaches get excited for their athletes.
And now the Chippewas can get excited for the floor in this final rotation. And looking at your lineup there for the Chippewas, obviously Taylor Pitchell, always someone to keep an eye on when it comes to the floor routine. Saw just a season ago a 9.95 inside McGurk Arena, so always someone to keep an eye on among others in that lineup for Central Michigan.
Yeah, Hallie Hornbacher always starts off with a really fun routine, and now we're looking at the beam lineup.
Yeah, Eastern moving over to the beam, and well, I mean it's tough. You got a lot of all-arounders or multiple spot gymnasts in here, including Molly Paris, Raisa Boris, and also the anchor in this rotation for Eastern, Ella Shamati.
Like I said, I think the one to watch is the first one, Michaela Stuckey, and then they got a good lineup after that. But I'm excited to watch Michaela on beam and see what she
Well, and Eastern Michigan has
performs.
really performed on the beam here this season. Average just over 48, 48.6, which ranks 4th best in the Mid-American Conference. But also, take a look at their last time out. It was a quad meet in Morgantown and in West Virginia, able to put up a 49.00 on the beam as a team.
Yeah, that's a big score. 49 is a great score, and I know that, like I said, talking to Coach Minnesota, she was super happy about that. So I'm really excited to see what they do today.
And again, this Eastern Michigan team just continuing to improve every single time they hit the gym. So both teams getting ready for this 4th rotation inside McGurk Arena. Central Michigan trying to keep the lead that they've built up over the first few rotations. Right now, lead 146.875 to 144.325. Chippewas over the Eagles at this moment. For Eastern Michigan, will be a Michaela Stuckey, the one that Alina mentioned before we started this last rotation. Stuckey up to get them started.
Michaela came in last week with a 9.8 on beam. I really enjoyed watching her tonight. I think she is just really fun. Love her confidence and her pizzazz and her sharpness. Big spring layout. Immediately to a split jump with that nice 180-degree line that I was talking about. Let her jump with a straddle quarter. Notice these gymnasts with that chin up in the air and really exciting, fun dance. Those are amongst some of my favorites to watch for sure. You can see your teammates in the quarter there. Love that camaraderie. Oh, chest way down on the landing, but you know what? She was able to grab it and hold on. Nice routine from Michaela Stuckey.
So good way for the Eagles to get started here.
Definitely. Back to this beautiful flight series with a split jump at the end. Arms do a little bit of a half little circle there. So I'm not sure what the judges are going to do with that, but it still is a gorgeous, gorgeous series. Back over to floor with Hallie.
Yeah, Hallie Hornbacher getting things started for Central Michigan.
Opens up with a front layout to a Rudy. Beautifully done. Nice squeeze body line in that tumbling. It's a big factor. Have to stay tight. Beautiful leap series. Like I said, so fun to watch while she performs this dance portion. Little fire up dance part. Beautiful double tuck. Little bit of a chest down with a tiny bit of a hop. It's still a nice big double tuck. Like I said, that height, that amplitude, that explosion, that's another thing that they look for, not just the landings. Beautiful routine from Hallie. Front layout with the Rudy. Little pickup on that foot. Back to that double is what she ends with. Like I said, that chest was a little bit down, but she stayed on her feet.
Now it's back to the beam.
Nothing to take away from the height there.
Kyrie Lowe getting ready to go for the Eagles is just waiting for scores to go up. And Kayla Stuckey started things off with a 9.55 for Eastern on the beam.
It's a fun mount that she just did there. Took some strength. Beautiful back handspring layout step out. Some really nice flight series coming out of this Eagle team. Cat 8 to a switch half, or quarter rather. What a solid beam worker. Confidence is such a big thing on beam. Oh. I'm not sure if she was supposed to make that a double, but it looks like she got lost in the air, and that happens too quite a bit. Sometimes you're twisting and the lights kind of go off and you can't find yourself, and it looks like that's what happened there in her dismount.
Now attention shifts back to the floor. It's Luciana Alvarado-Reed for the Chippewas.
Luciana's going to open up with a big double pike. Watch this girl tumble. Oh, she switched it up this week a little bit. First pass being a Rudy with a stag jump. Very nicely executed. Again, Luciana is no stranger to the big floor. She's a Costa Rican Olympian. The only Costa Rican Olympian. Made history for her country. Beautiful floor routine. Always so fun to watch. There's that Rudy with the stag jump. Full and a half right into a punch front layout. Big, beautiful tumbling. Now over to the beam.
Yeah, 9.55 and a 9.35 so far for the Eagles on the beam. Now it's Molly Parrish to get things going.
Molly's a super dynamic beam worker. Been keeping an eye on her this season, and she's definitely one to watch. She saved that flight series. I call it a big bobble, but she picked up with a smile. Fall on that aerial there. Didn't quite get enough height to get her feet underneath of her. Tried to push up off those legs, but couldn't quite catch her landing there. Round off, full and a half dismount. Very pretty, with some steps and a little bit of a little hop turn there, but you know what? She finished strong. Had some really nice elements there. Be exciting to see a nice stuck routine later in the season.
The Sosh score as high as a 9.7 on the beam. Last time out against Ball State, it was a 9.625 for Paris. And now it's Elizabeth Cicerone on the floor for the Chippewas.
Another great dancer. Beautiful first pass. Such height in that front layout with the perfect body positioning. Believe it or not, I'm sure. Not hard to believe, but front layouts are extremely hard to really hit the perfect body position. Oftentimes you'll see a pike, some kind of closed shoulder angle, but that was a beautiful front layout. Landed a little bit with her chest down in that second pass there, that double pike. But again, stood right up on her feet, and she's continuing on. Ends with a double tuck. Some nice difficulty in that routine there. Takes a lot of strength, a lot of energy. Front full, right to a front layout. Like I said, that positioning was just perfect. I know she wanted a little more height on that double pike. She shot out a little bit backwards and to the side, and what we want is right up in the air. But she caught herself. Good routine. Oh my goodness, back to beam. She just did a beautiful three-skill series.
And again, Raisa Boris. You're watching her on the beam right now.
And this is what she does best. Wow. Beautiful beam routine from the Eagles. That was just beautiful. Watch this three-skill series here. We do a back handspring, layout step out. She absolutely nailed that. Not a bobble in sight on that three-skill series.
You can see
Love that.
the fist pump when she ended too.
Yes.
The energy there for the Eagles.
Yes, and that dismount, just beautiful.
Now it's back to the floor for Central Michigan and Ashley Veglucci.
First pass, front handspring, front double. That is an E pass. Very high in difficulty. And she just makes it look easy. Twists right up where she needs to, right in her, with her feet in the air. Gorgeous second pass. Such a dynamic tumbler. Now this third pass, keep an eye on this because this is extremely hard to do as your last pass. Two and a half twists right to a punch front. And that was done so effortlessly and so beautifully. Oh my goodness. That was a gorgeous routine. Just beautiful. The difficulty is like top tier. Here's that last pass. 2.5 twists directly into a punch front tuck. And she absolutely nailed it. And it was just amazing to watch. Great, great routine.
Quickly back to the beam for Eastern Michigan and Hayden Crossan up there now.
Hayden starting off really strong. Oh my goodness. Handspring layout step out. She had that in the beginning there and then just kind of lost it a little bit. Started to wobble and almost couldn't stop. I can tell that was totally one of those heartbreakers because she definitely had that. Her feet were on the beam. Quickly lost it with just a little bit of a look down. But she's continuing on. Front toss. Really nice leap series there. She does a sheep jump in the middle of that leap series. And a sheep jump, you have to completely take your eyes off the beam. One of those heart attack skills where, again, it's all going to be a feel. If your feet land, it's because she's experienced and because she's practiced. And that's, like I said, a little bit of luck and a whole lot of feeling of that skill.
Hannah Demers now coming up on the floor. You might have heard some of the cheering during that last routine we were watching on the bar. That's because the score went up for Ashley Veglucci,
wow,
a 9-9 on the floor for Veglucci. And now Hannah Demers trying to follow it up.
What a score. Hannah Demers here on senior night.
Well, last time we said that she was following up a good score, she ended up putting up a 9.95. So big task on hand for Demers on senior night, like you mentioned.
Gorgeous. Opens up with another E-pass. That was a front handspring front double, just like Ashley's that we just watched there in her front pass. Big double pike. Oh my goodness, that was a gorgeous, gorgeous stick. I like to say more than a college stick. She nailed that. Wow. This is what you call experience on the floor. Putting that crown on, well deserved tonight. Gorgeous. Look at the excitement. This is so much fun to watch. Beautiful routine from Hannah Demers. Oh my goodness.
Well, she's got everyone
Wow.
going. Her teammates, the crowd inside McGurk Arena,
Now
and
that was a beautiful routine, Riley.
Central Michigan just trying to put the finishing touches here on what's been an amazing night for the Chippewas.
Yes. Watch the second pass here. Watch how she gets just the perfect amount of height. When you stick like that and your feet are together and you don't even need that step back, that is a real, real, real stick. Gorgeous. Back over the beam.
Yeah, this is Ella Shamadi.
Ella posted a 9.925 on beam. Nice front aerial right into a handspring layout step out. Now that was a beautiful series. Gorgeous beam series here. You hear the cheers from the crowd, but I don't want to take away from that beam series because, wow, that was gorgeous. Another 3-skill series, but you're going to, as you saw, she went forward with a nice front aerial directly into a back handspring step out. Finish it off with a beautiful layout step out. That is extremely hard. Wow, this is a gorgeous beam routine. This is fun gymnastics to watch all around from floor to beam, floor to beam. Great things happening everywhere. That handspring, full and a half. Oh my gosh, now that was the routine that I know those Eastern coaches were looking for. Look at those teammates just so excited. That was a beautiful routine. A little bit of a leg separation there on the landing, but wow, what a routine. What a routine.
Yeah, and Alina, I know you teased it a little bit there. Score for Hannah Demers, a 9.95. Second time we've seen her post a 9.95 tonight. And the Chippewas still have Taylor Pitchell to go on the floor.
Yes, one of the floor favorites, as I'd say here. The artistry in this routine is second to none. Opens up with a huge double pike. Look at that height. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous, gorgeous first pass. Another one of those big leap to jump series. Gorgeous. She nailed that second pass. Obviously, everyone's super excited to see that. Little fire up for these Central Michigan Chippewas here in Mount Pleasant. Really big double tuck. Oh my gosh, what a floor rotation to end this competition. Oh my gosh, and then to be at home, watching the parents just explode from the crowd. Look at that, oh my gosh, tears of joy.
Oh, a lot of seniors in that huddle right there for Central Michigan too. And, well, when you look at their schedule coming up this season, the last home meet they're going to have, and that's all the way through until you go to the MAC championships in that middle of March. So waiting for those scores, but in the meantime, have some exhibitions to go through in this final rotation. Cassie Burgeon for the Eagles on the beam. And that score up now, they're going to give Taylor Pitchell a 9-9 on the floor.
Beautiful. Beautiful score, beautiful flight series, like I said. Lots of really fun gymnastics going on right now. Fun Friday night meet here at McGurk. Oh, front toss, and got one foot on the beam there, and she tried to save that. The other foot kind of just slipped off a little there. But extremely hard skill to do, standing skill. Beautiful dismount, another hard dismount.
Well, for Central Michigan, you have an exhibition coming up on the floor too. Alicia Kolivanova getting onto the floor, exercise now.
Setting up for this first pass. Energetic music, I like it. Beautiful first pass. Nice height, squeezed legs. Lots of precision in this dance. You watch her hand placement and how tall she's standing up and how confident she looks. A thing of beauty. Big double top. Wow. Such big skills happening on floor tonight. Very good routine. Wow.
Again, Alicia Kolivanova on the floor for Central Michigan as her teammates out there giving some hugs. One more exhibition left on the beam for Eastern Michigan. It'll be Arilea Harris.
I was watching her in warm-ups. She's got some really strong skills. Front toss, couldn't quite get her feet pressed on the beam like she would like to. Gonna try that again. She's gonna present and end the routine there, which sometimes does happen. Sometimes we just get, our head is not really in it and we, need a break.
Parents of tonight's seniors, please report to the northeast corner by the ball. Parents of tonight's seniors, please report to the northeast corner.
So taking a look at the results from the floor for Central Michigan, and obviously a lot to talk about, but those last 3 scores for them really ignited this crowd and the team in general. But Ashley Veglucci with a 9-9, then Hannah Demers with a 9-9-5, and you finish it off with another 9-9 from Taylor Pitchell.
Yeah, lots of big scores coming out of Central Michigan tonight. That floor was undeniably fun to watch at the end there.
Yeah, that was the second 9-9-5 tonight for Hannah Demers. First one came on bars, then they're on the floor. And here are the results for Eastern Michigan on the beam. Started with Michaela Stuckey, then all the way through with a 9-8-5 from Raisha Boris. And, well, that leads us to our final score. Central Michigan with a pretty handily victory here inside McGurk Arena, 196.250 to 196.025 for Eastern Michigan. Well, that about do it for us here in Mount Pleasant tonight. For our director, Andrew Gerber, and his crew, my partner, Alina Markowitz, I'm Riley Edwards, and thank you for watching tonight here on ESPN.